Ever wonder what nut truly fits your health goals? Whether you're looking for high protein, quality healthy fats, or just a snack loaded with fiber and essential nutrients? Well, I've got you covered. Today, I'm breaking down the top nuts at Costco and I'm ranking them based on their protein, carbohydrates, quality and healthy fats, micronutrients, and more. Also, I'm going to share with you some best uses and some things to look out for. I'm Darren with Healthy Living Right. Let's go to Costco. Let's find the nut that fits your healthy lifestyle. Well, guys, starting out at the bottom of the list is number 9, chestnuts. Now, this for a 1-ounce portion, you're getting 1 gram of protein, 15 grams of carbohydrates, and only half a gram of fat, mostly a polyunsaturated fat. It has 1.3 grams of fiber, but 69 calories. The micronutrients in chestnuts is vitamin C, folate, and potassium. It has a very minimal fat profile, so it's a non-significant amount of omega fatty acids. So why this falls on number 9 is primarily a starchy carb source, minimal protein and fats. The best uses for a chestnut is going to be roasting, soups, stuffings, and desserts. The negatives for me are very low protein and very low healthy fats. Well, guys, coming in at number 8 could be surprising to some, but it's the macadamia nuts. And the reason being is in a 1-ounce portion, it only has 2 grams of protein, 4 carbohydrates, and 21 grams of fat, mostly monounsaturated fats. It has 2.4 grams of fiber, 204 calories. But the micronutrients are thiamine, which is vitamin B1, manganese, and copper. The omega fat profile is rich in omega-9. This is oleic acid. Now, why this comes into number 8 is it's an excellent fat profile, but it's very low in protein, highly caloric, and it's expensive. The best uses are for keto snacks, desserts, and roasting. Now, the negatives for me are the expense and the ease of overeating this, being highly caloric. Well, guys, coming in at number 7 on the list is pecans. In a 1-ounce portion, you're getting roughly 3 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbohydrates, and 20 grams of fat, mostly a monounsaturated fat. It does have 2.7 grams of fiber, 196 calories. The micronutrients in pecans are mainly manganese, thiamine, zinc, and copper. It does have a nice omega fat profile of mainly omega-9s. This is the oleic acid. Now, why this comes in at number 7 is it is high in healthy fats, but it's low in protein. The best uses are going to be for pies, granola, roasting snacks, and yogurt toppings. The negatives to me are they are calorically dense, although nutrient rich, they are low in protein. Now, coming in at number 6 are the cashews. In a 1-ounce portion, you're getting 5 grams of protein, 9 carbohydrates, 12 grams of fat, mostly a monounsaturated fat, again, omega-9s. This does have a small amount of fiber, only 0.9 grams in a 1-ounce portion, 157 calories. The micronutrients are copper, manganese, zinc, and iron. The omega-rich profile is oleic acid, again, being omega-9s. Now, why this comes in at number 6, it's nutrient-rich, with a creamy texture, very enjoyable, higher in carbs, but also higher in protein. Best uses are going to be for creamy sauces, snacks, nut butters, and trail mix. The negatives are it does have a higher carb content, lower in fiber than other nuts. Now, coming in at the midway mark, number 5 is Brazil nuts. This in a 1-ounce portion gives you 4 grams of protein, 3 grams of carbohydrates, and 19 grams of fat, mostly the monounsaturated fats. Does have 2.1 grams of fiber, 187 calories. The micronutrients are it's huge in selenium, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E. The omega fat profile is mainly omega-9s, that's being the oleic acid. Now, why this is number 5 is an amazing selenium content. Portion control is key here, though, to avoid toxicity. Best uses 1 to 2 nuts daily for selenium, making a trail mix or desserts. The negatives, it's very high in selenium. It can be dangerous if overeaten due to the toxicity. Now, as we move closer to the top nuts, number 4 is walnuts. In a 1 ounce portion, you're getting 4 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbohydrates, 18 grams of high quality, mostly polyunsaturated fats, and 2 grams of fiber. 1 ounce portion has 185 calories. The micronutrients, omega-3 fatty acids, manganese, it has have copper and magnesium. Omega fats profile are excellent source of omega-3 ALA, and it does contain omega-6s. Now, why this is number 4 is the high anti-inflammatory omega-3s, great for boosting heart health, but it is lower in protein. The best uses are going to be for baking, oatmeal, granola, and salads. Now, the negatives, it does have that high omega-3s, so it can spoil. Now, moving along to the top 3 nuts on the list, coming in at number 3 is pistachios. In a 1 ounce portion, you're getting 6 grams of protein, 8 grams of carbohydrates, 13 grams of fat, mostly a monounsaturated fat. You're getting 2.9 grams of fiber, 159 calories, again in 1 ounce portion. The micronutrients are vitamin B6, potassium, and copper. The omega fat profile is rich in omega-9s, that oleic acid. Now, why this comes in at number 3 is it's high in protein, healthy fats, and an excellent source of vitamin B6. The best uses are going to be for snacks, baking, pestos, salads, ice creams. The negatives, they often have salted varieties, which are very high in sodium. And a simple hack to preventing overeating is buying them in the shell. The shelling process will slow down any chance of overeating. Now, coming in at number 2 is peanuts. Now, officially, this is actually a legume, not really a nut. And unfortunately, my Costco today did not have peanuts. They only had peanut butter, but it's still an amazing option. And they use the Valencia organic peanuts for their peanut butter. In a 1 ounce portion, it has 7 grams of fat, 6 carbohydrates, 14 grams of fat, a monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fat, 2.4 grams of fiber, 161 calories. The micronutrients are niacin, which is vitamin B3, folate, magnesium, and phosphorus. The omega fat profile is mainly omega-6, which is not the best. It's linoleic acid, but it is a high protein content. Even though it's not the best source of protein, we still balance it out with the omega-6 content. The best uses is, of course, peanut butter, sauces, roasting snacks, and trail mix. Now, the negatives are it's high in omega-6, and it can commonly be an allergen for some people. Now, coming to number 1 on the list is almonds. Almonds in a 1 ounce portion has 6 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbohydrates, and 14 grams of fat, mostly coming from a monounsaturated fat. This has 3.5 grams of fiber, so it's very high in fiber, 164 calories. The micronutrients are vitamin E, magnesium, calcium, and iron. So the omega fat profile is rich in oleic acid, that being the omega-9. Now, why I consider this the number 1 nut is it's high in protein, low in carbs, and loaded with the heart-healthy fats. It's great for snacking, almond butters, smoothies, trail mixes, and salads. Now, the negatives, it can cause major bloating if you overeat the almond, which sometimes can be very easy to do. Well, thanks for sticking around as we cracked into the world of nuts. Hopefully, I've helped you find the perfect nut to fuel your healthy lifestyle. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment below. What is your favorite nut and why? Until next time, keep healthy living right.